It's here. It's finally here. What's going on, YouTube? I'm Chalktopus, and this past Saturday on January 7th, the first episode of the Dragon Ball Super English dub premiered on Toonami. I want to say it felt like a really long wait from when it was announced, or when we thought we were getting it, to when it actually came out, but it really wasn't. We got episode 1 relatively quick, and Funimation is moving really fast. Getting us these episodes. We're going to have one. I don't know how many they recorded at a time, or if they plan on just going straight through to try and catch up to where we are with the Japanese version of the show, but they haven't said anything like we're doing the first 10 episodes or we're doing the first 20 episodes, so we don't know where it's going to cut off. But let's talk about the first episode. So if you haven't been keeping up with the Japanese version of the show, this is new territory for you, and you don't know what to expect, or maybe you've seen some spoilers and you kind of have an idea. But assuming that you haven't seen the Japanese version of the show, let's talk about this because it's its own animal. First of all, the voice acting was spectacular in episode 1. The team is back, with a couple substitutions. Kid Trunks is a new voice actor, and I'm not sure who else, but I know definitely Kid Trunks does, but everyone sounds great. It's like they're revisiting their roots and they're getting to play their oldest characters in Dragon Ball Z, but now they have so much experience and knowledge of the character, and they're so much more polished. Everything about this episode was amazing. The voice acting was great. The animation was great. I don't want to talk about the animation coming up because, in a couple of weeks we're going to see that god-awful animation. I think it was episode 5, but we'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So the episode picks up with Urban Outfitters Goku, who is now a farmer, and he's plowing turnip fields, and all he wants to do is train. Goku has been out of training for a while since he saved the world against Majin Buu. He has a job. He has like a 9 to 5. He's working the turnip field. Goten comes along and he wants to drive the tractor. Goku ends up letting him drive the tractor so he could eat lunch and do a little bit of training. And what happens? Goten plummets to he wouldn't die, his almost death. And Goku catches him. And he's like, you got to be more careful, son. But I thoroughly enjoyed the first episode, mainly because we got to see a little bit of Goten and Trunks' antics. And we haven't seen that in a while. And I love when Goten and Trunks, they get into trouble, or, they have these little shenanigans that they're running when, they were fighting that giant snake, and they were trying to get this spring water for Videl, which ended up just being regular water. But the first episode is definitely a good way for a fan to jump back into the series. Nothing too exciting is happening. You have Lord Beerus, who they showed on a planet, and he's on his search for delicious food now, and you can tell. So he lands on this planet, and he enjoys the food, but he says it's a little bit greasy. So what does he do? Tap, tap, and he just destroys half a planet, which is pretty badass. I've said it time and time again. I say it on Twitter a lot. If you want to follow me on Twitter, be sure to follow me here somewhere. But I'll say it time and time again. It is a great, great time to be a Dragon Ball fan. We get 3 new episodes of Dragon Ball a week. So you have Super, which airs in English on Toonami at 8 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Right after that, you have Dragon Ball Z Kai, the final chapters, not the lost chapters. The final chapters, which takes place during the Buu Saga, because they didn't release the Kai version of the Buu Saga yet, so we have that. And you have, in Japanese, a new Dragon Ball Super episode, which is the latest episode of what's taking place. I think we're on 77 now, or 76. I forgot, because I can't keep up anymore. There's so much Dragon Ball surrounding my life, and I feel like I'm 10 years old again. I don't want to spoil too much, but there's a lot of great things coming up in Dragon Ball Super that I've seen in Japanese that I really can't wait to see Shemel Sabat and his crew do in English. There's some scenes that I'm super excited for, and I don't want to spoil anything, but right now we're working our way up to the Battle of Gods arc. And I'm sure you've seen the movie. If you're watching Super, I'm sure you've seen Battle of Gods, so you kind of know what to expect. However, there are some differences. It's not 100% parallel. There are a couple differences between the movie and the anime, so we'll talk about that when we get to it. But So many great things coming up, so many great scenes, so many great fights. I want to talk about them, but I'm not going to spoil them. I've been covering a lot of the Japanese episodes on my channel, but I think I want to start over from episode 1 of the English version, so that's why I'm doing this video, and I think we're going to do it every single week. And the Japanese episodes will be a separate thing, so if you're not caught up and you don't want to worry about spoilers and stuff, stay away from that. Another reason why I enjoyed this episode is because we got to catch up with everyone. You got to see where everyone is right now. You know, you have Goku and his family. You know, you see what Vegeta's up to. We have, oh, wait, no, Vegeta wasn't in this episode. I lied. We get to catch up with Kid Trunks and Goten and some familiar characters that we haven't seen in a while. Oh, Mr. Satan and Boo, that scene is phenomenal. Very well done. But speaking of which, Mr. Satan, and they call him Mr. Satan. He's not Hercule, so this is not the edited version of the show. Mr. Satan gives his 100 million Zeni, which was the reward for saving the planet from Majin Buu, to Goku. So Goku hands the money over to Chi-Chi, and then he finally gets to go back to train with King Kai, who is not going to want Goku there because he's just going to fuck the planet up as usual. But that's all we got for this episode. Like I said, I'm very excited for things to come. If you're excited, be sure to hit that like button. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the episode, especially the voice acting, because it's so nice to hear everybody back. And be sure to always, always, always support the official release of the anime. You can watch Dragon Ball Super on Adult Swim on Toonami at 8 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. on Saturdays. You can see a new episode every Saturday. Be sure to let me know in the comments below. Hit the sub button, subscribe to my channel, because we're going to talk about Dragon Ball Super every single week. Maybe even do 2 videos. We'll do the Japanese version and we'll do the English version separately. But hit the sub button, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.